Hello, can you guys hear me again? I'm so sorry. It's been a while since I've done a live stream. I can't see the chat. And I tried to start it over and I lost the chat. Hmm, I still can't see the chat. Uh, Hold on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, I see a couple of people. You must be there. I'm so sorry. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Sorry for the delay. You can hear me okay? Um, it's It's a beautiful evening. I am in the coffee house. I'm in Bell's Coffee House. So we're gonna try a live stream from the coffee house. So we'll see how it goes. So welcome to 2025. It is unbelievable that we're already in 2025. So I just wanted to have a little chat with you guys and give you some encouragement for this year that's coming up. I get so many messages and emails and texts and messages on Instagram from people, and I gotta be honest, I'm not really good at sometimes reaching out, um, and answering you. I try to, but, that's just the nature of the game. It's really hard to keep up, and I am a my I'm a scatterbrain. You guys know that, I've got my hands in a lot of things, and my mind is everywhere. So I just wanted to give you some updates on what's going on with the channel and what's coming for the year, and maybe answer some questions if you have any questions for me at the end. But really, I wanted to talk to you guys about, I've been thinking a lot the past couple of weeks as the new year has arrived, just about setting goals and realizing dreams as the new year comes. I know that sparks a lot of inspiration for people, and me included. Like, I know, especially my son was talking about, oh, he was so excited for the new year. It's like, this fresh start, and it just feels good to have a fresh start. But also, I think people get stymied and people get caught up in goals and resolutions, and it's easy to let that go and easy to talk yourself out of talk yourself out of your dreams. It's really easy to say, I'm too old, I don't have enough money, and I have this, I don't have that, and pretty soon your life is gone. And so I just want to be an encouragement to you tonight that, as cliche as New Year's resolutions and starting fresh and all of that can sometimes sound like, I just want to be able to look you square in the eye and tell you that if you have a dream this year, and maybe it's a dream to write a book, maybe it's a dream to learn to play guitar, maybe it's a dream to travel, maybe it's a dream to build a cabin, and that's kind of why I'm here tonight, is that you have my permission to do that. And sometimes maybe maybe you just needed to hear that you have permission from somebody. Um, Thank you, Nature Rocks. You do not need to leave me a super chat, but thank you so much. You just, I want you to know that you are capable of so much more than you think you you could do. Um, and I learned that over the years of just thinking to myself, oh, that's way beyond my ability. That's way beyond my means. That's like, I don't have this, I don't have that. And I learned that if I just shut up and do something, it really changes everything. Because the hardest thing to do is start, right? The hardest thing to do is pull out of the driveway. Hardest thing to do is say yes. Hardest thing to do is put that first nail in the board that you don't know what you're doing. And then everything snowballs from there. So I want to take you back to if you've been on my channel a while. Um, Dave and I built a life of building cabins, living very frugally. We never set out to build and to flip and, to do that kind of a thing. Our lives just progressed with building a cabin with the means that we had, which was just like starting on a very, very small, cheap, um, overlooked piece of land and using the logs that were on our property. We didn't know what we were doing. And log by log, built a 12 by 12 cabin. That's what we started with land that we bought, um, with the cash that we had, and it wasn't much, and the land wasn't much. And it was such a freeing thing to be able to say, even though we don't have much money, even though we don't have many skills to do this, we're just going to figure it out. And it really snowballed for us over the decades. We've been married 26 years now, but being able to know that in your being, you can do so much more than you think you can, and that you can figure things out as you go. And it sometimes is really messy. You might have saw the title of this live stream was like, you have permission and it's going to be messy. You can start messy. You don't have to know how it's going to end. In fact, sometimes it's better if you don't know how it ends because that's exciting. It's so exciting to go on a journey. And even though you have fear and you have um, reservations and you don't have support from everybody, or you don't have support from somebody that's important to you, and you think you're all alone, and you think, oh, I just can't. Well, you can, but you've got to frame it in what you've got in front of you. What are you able to do right now? What are you able to do that can propel this thing forward? And do that. Don't think about, I can't do this thing at the end. Do the thing at the beginning. Okay? You've got to start, and then you can trickle on to the other problems that will come. And there will be problems. It's going to get messy. Belle, yes, I broke into the shop. Yep. And I made a whole bunch of coffee and I made a mess. And I'm going to leave it for you in the morning. Actually, I brought you a bag of kisses for tomorrow. So, by the way, you're going to have kisses when you get here. Um, I just want to tell you that my personal journey with Dave was, building these cabins for the family. And then as our kids grew and we got more time and resources, I was able to kind of go, I want to tackle something by myself. And Dave was not interested in helping me. He had done construction kind of work his whole life. And so if you're a person right now going, it's just me and I don't have a support structure and I don't have another person in my life going, I'm going to help you. Well, I want to tell you, you can do this alone. You can. And although he didn't really want to help me do anything, he gave me permission to say, go do whatever your heart desires. I'm not going to help you build a cabin or build on any of your other crazy ideas that you come up with, but go do it. And that's a really freeing thing. And the other thing that's freeing is I could not rely on him for help, even though he had all the knowledge, he has all the skills. When it came time for me to build my own cabin, it was going to be on me. And that also is kind of a gift. Think about when someone that's above you in a skill no believes in you, but also at the same time says you're on your own, it is a gift. So if you are in the position that you're saying to yourself, it's just me, you're discounting how valuable you yourself are. You are valuable and you have enough skills to pull this off. and it's gonna be messy. It's gonna be really messy. If you've been with me over the years and seen all the builds that I've done, not a one of them have I known what I was going to do. I didn't know how to do the thing, but I was just doing the thing one little tiny bit at a time, and I left all the mistakes in there on purpose for you guys to see. I never wanted to not show you my mistakes because there were so many of them. I might not have shown some of the curse words, the swear words that happened. There was a couple of those at times, but uh, I was absolutely able to do more than I thought I could. So if you're in the position where you say, I can't, I won't, I'm too old, I'm too young, I'm too fat, I mean, whatever it is, like, I'm going to wait until I'm here instead of there. And it's just, you're going to waste your life away. And so that brings me to this point. I want to point out this book that I just got from a very dear friend in the mail, the amazing Fawn Germer. And she just wrote this book. And I just want to encourage you. She took a road trip by herself. Fawn is a very successful speaker and former journalist, and the adventures this woman has had. But her whole mantra with this new book she put out is don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. She says it like that because in the course of her writing this book and buying a van and traveling across the country with her dog, something that for her was terrifyingly scary at first, she watched, like, no joke, like 10 of her friends between the ages of like 57 and 70 die suddenly from one thing or another. They passed away. And she's like, I I need to take this road trip. So I highly encourage you to check out Fawn's book, Here Comes the Sun. It's available on Amazon. And what an inspiration. I love that mantra of don't wait, don't wait, don't wait. Because any moment, any one of us can just be gone. You can be gone in an instant. So if you're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect circumstances, the perfect partner, the perfect weight, the perfect amount of money, you'll never do it. You'll be waiting your whole life and your life will be gone before you know it. So, um, if you're thinking, well, I don't have any land and I don't have any money, well, let's back up. Let's start with money, okay? If you don't have money and you really, really, really want to build a cabin or do that kind of a thing, well, you need to think about how can you get more money? How do you get more money? You take on more work. You work a second job or you work a third job. I mean, how bad do you really want this thing that you're chasing? Because if you don't want it bad enough to work hard enough to get enough money to do the thing, then you don't want the thing bad enough. So you got to back up and start at the beginning. Okay. Maybe you said, I don't have the land. Well, again, goes back to money. It goes back to maybe you could sell something that you own to trade to get some land. Now, I know land is getting crazier and crazier every day. I mean, I am obsessed with real estate, so I'm looking at it all the time. And so that is what you have to do. You have to look, 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 look every day, every space you can think of. I look at Facebook Marketplace. I look at every realtor listing I can find. I look at land and farm. Like you have to look at every place you can. You're looking for the diamonds in the rough. I've talked about this a lot. Look for the land that's been passed over. Look at the land that nobody else wants and look at how you can make a vision of that land. Now, I'm going to be going more into this as 2025 goes and hoping to give you guys some more resources and share some of my knowledge and some of the things that we have done to find land. So stay tuned for that. I'm really excited. I love real estate and I love talking about it and the development side. So get out of debt. Let's back up even further. Like, get out of debt. And if that means like selling off like most of what you own to make that happen. Like, how bad do you want this thing that you're chasing? How bad do you want this dream of this cabin, this land? I mean, I hear this all the time. Like, help us figure this out. Well, get out of debt, start living frugally, sell everything you have if that's what it takes to get a little piece of land. You don't need much. You can get by with a couple of acres. I mean, really, you don't need much land. Um, but how bad do you want it? Like, don't wait anymore, and start making the steps one by one to get where you want to go. Um, I just want I just want to be an encouragement to you that you can get there. You can still get there in 2025. This is still a dream that's you can have. But how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to work for it? I mean, we worked our freaking butts off to have what we have. Back then, even now, we work so hard, like it's not going to fall in your lap. So if you got to get creative about how you're going to get it done, do that. Now, when it comes to the skill set, um, start small. Right now, even if like you don't have the land and you don't have the money for the cabin prop, like all of that, let's start with something small that you can achieve in 2025 that'll help give you the skills that you need, like a garden box or a little tiny wood shed. I mean, it could be small, could be really small. Um, start with a backyard shed. Start with something so you can get your hands on some tools. Find some tools. Garage sale season for us is not right now. We're living in northern climate. Like everything is snow and cold. Like maybe you live in the south, maybe you live where there's yard sales year round, but there's always Facebook Marketplace. Get your tools. Start gathering your tools and start learning how to use tools, how to measure, like learn how to use a tape measure. And this kind of stuff will just like exponentially grow, and you will become, at least this is the case for me. The more I learned to build, the more I wanted to build. And I still just want to keep building and learning and figuring out how to build. Like it's really fun. And you don't need to spend a fortune. You just need basic tools, but start looking for those used, you know? You can find used tools everywhere. Okay, I need a drink. Not a drink. Check this out. I'm kind of addicted to these. These are new. Curious Elixirs. They're non-alcoholic, like mocktails. And this one is, oh my gosh, I can't see anything with my contacts in. This one is Sicilian blood orange spritz. Okay, I got my little, so a little mocktail I'm gonna drink while we're chatting. So if you've got something to drink, tea, coffee, mocktail, cheers. Here we go. I haven't tried this one. Mm. Ooh, that's it's very curious. Curious number 4. That's why I like these. They're very herbal and fruity, and I don't know. It's really interesting. Anyway, start getting the skills and you'll be amazed. You'll be amazed by how fast you progress. As soon as, this is really important. This is probably the genius of my husband saying, "I'm not helping you." You'll be amazed how quickly your skills come online, even when you don't know anything. You're just going to be amazed because no one's going to help you, and that's the best way to learn. Just do it. Just start. You can't let fear and all the other things hold you back. You just have to go for it. But again, like how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? Don't wait. Don't wait. Fawn says don't wait because you never know. Um, okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox about that. I wanted to tell you you can do so much more than you think you can. And I'm living proof of that with the stuff I've built and stuff I'm going to build. So let's talk about everyone's asking, has been asking about my log cabin in Alaska. So the story is I was only able to go to Alaska in 2024 for like 10 days. My mom is not well, and so I'm not able to go away for a long period of time. I'm her only person and I need to be here. And here is in Michigan where I am currently. So the log cabin project is on hold for I don't know when. As soon as I can get there, I will, but I just don't know when that is. I cannot wait to do that. Like, I am so excited, and I wanna circle back because if you think I know how to build a log cabin, I don't. I don't know at all. So far, I cut the logs, I peeled the logs, they're stacked, they're seasoning. Hey, they got some extra seasoning because of this situation, and, uh I'm just blessed to know that that's there waiting for me, that I have that beautiful piece of land that we found, and I'm just so excited. Now that location is the same location, it's not very far from Mickey in Alaska, so I cannot wait to have, a cabin there near him so I can go there in the winter. Now we have our place, north of Fairbanks, and it's up a mountain and a little dicey road for sure, and I don't have any real desire to go there in the winter. I really want to have a cabin near Mickey. So, I am super, super excited to have a place to go there in the winter. So, I will be very excited to have a cabin there. And that land is so beautiful, and when Dave was there this fall, he really was up on the ridge looking at the land saying, "Man, we could build something really nice up here on the ridge," which is where I wanted to put my cabin. So that may change where I put my cabin because the thing that I am trying to figure out is my logs are where I cut them, and they're in the deep, thick spruce forest part of that land. Now, where I wanted to put the cabin is up on a ridge. That's not where my logs are. My logs are boom. They're where I cut them. And where I want to build the cabin is not close. So it's like, okay, Brookie, where how are you gonna move all those logs? I want to try to do this solo, right? So I gotta figure all this stuff out. I have no idea. No idea. But him saying, hey, maybe we should. Thank you, Mandy Moon. First bite, yes. Oh, I should have given you guys the first drink, but I didn't. But would you like a drink of my Curious Elixir number 4? Where's my camera? There it is. Ready? Here you go. Take a drink. Curious Elixir number 4. Um, but him saying, maybe that ridge top, we should build something there other than like my little cabin I had planned. I need to clear out a whole lot more. We need to clear out a whole lot more. But it is so awesome there. So I was like, "Ooh, really? Cool. That would be kind of cool." And that also means that would solve my problem for how I'm going to move the logs. Because if I'm going to build it right there, I just build it right there. It's kind of a neat spot. Once I kind of um, opened up a lot of the space, I was like, I really kind of like this spot now that it's, opening up. I can see little boardwalks over the thick moss, and I can envision it there also. So we will see. I'm very excited about that. The other project. Okay, so that let me stop there. The same piece of property there is where the survival bunker is, and everyone's always like, "What are you gonna do with the survival bunker?" And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to my channel and look at the video called "We Bought an Abandoned Survival Bunker," and it was just full of the most disgusting, nasty stuff, and I cleaned it all out, and that is still sitting there. I have no desire to really, um, like, make that a habitable place, but it could maybe be a greenhouse. It could be a storage shed. I don't know, it could be something cool. We will see. Everyone wants me to do something with that. I don't know. We will see. I gotta build a log cabin first, and it needed to get cleaned out, and that's what happened, so it's all good. The other project in the works still is the abandoned cabin that is here in Michigan, and we are working on that. Slow That's gonna be just a slow and steady, project that is not going to, like, consume you so much that you hate it, if you know what I mean. We have a lot of irons in the fire already, and, yeah, so that's gonna be happening slowly too. Maisie Daisy, our old girl, she'll be 12 in, um, February, so very sh very excited. She's still doing fine. She just really slow, doesn't get off the doesn't, like, leave the porch much. So, um, but she's doing good. She just can't do any adventuring with me, can't do, can't really get in the vehicle, can't, you know, she just can't do that stuff anymore. So that all that falls to Moose Man. So, uh, Moose is good, the kitties are good. Mickey's back in Alaska. He was home for the holidays, and it was really nice to have him back, and he's doing really good. Um, so yeah, 2025 for me, I've got the big log cabin project potentially. I'm still working on things at the yurt. So I hope to add a shower house and get a well or figure out like rainwater situation. And also doing some hopeful live events. I'm not going to promise anything. I would like to do some live in person events that you could attend. So perhaps, I know I've talked about this in the past, but I would be cool to um, have some people come and spend time on property. So, and I don't know how much you guys know about, I really love, I'm into a lot of fitness stuff. Um, and so the deep stretching and breathing and also just forest bathing. I became a certified nature and forest therapy guide. So I would like to do things that weave in kind of all of those things, and maybe you'll be seeing more of that this year. Um, I don't know if you want to see stuff like that or not, but we will see how that goes. But I really, I think that the key to a life well lived is taking care of your body, and it's a commandment in the Bible. Like, this is not, this is a vessel, and it belongs to God. So I want to take care of my body as much as I can, and that means working out and staying mobile and eating and drinking right as much as I can. So uh, we'll see. We'll see if you guys are interested in that. I'm going to be doing some content, and we'll go from there. I'll just leave it at that. Like, I know that's not what this channel is all about, but being healthy is really important to me. So that's one of the things I do in my daily life. So I don't talk a lot about it on the channel, just a little bit, but we will see. So yeah, now that this is slowing down and I can concentrate a little more, if you guys have any questions for me, put them there now. I know this is on a slow chat, so if you leave a comment, it takes 60 seconds for you to be able to leave another comment. Have I ever had pneumonia? No, I've never had pneumonia. Belle has had pneumonia. It was very scary when she was 2 years old. Ah! Um, and if you need inspiration, like I was telling you before, besides Fawn's book, go back to my channel and watch a couple of videos. They're probably 2 years old at this point. All my subscribers, you guys are just the best, and you're always sending really interesting builds and things that you're doing. I've had people send me, like, the A-frame cabin that I built, they've built that. I've had people send me Vardos that they've built, like, pictures. I mean, it's just amazing. But a couple of years ago, I compiled some of these stories into a video, and I think it's called "You Won't Believe What My Subscribers Did," and then there's another one, um, right next to it in the similar vein, but, like, go watch those videos, and you're gonna be so inspired by, oh my gosh, that's the things that you guys have built and done, and it's just eh, of all ages, like, of all ages, like, it's just so inspiring. So, go check that out if you need a little boost, and read Fawn's book, and just don't wait. I just talked about Maisie. Are you still curing the logs? Well, I mean, they're cured at this point. It's just a logistics right now. Just, when can I get there and do that? John, I'm 14 years old and I want to build a small cabin. Oh, good for you. I hope you do that. And I have had, in that video I just referenced, there was a young man who built the cabin who was, gosh, he was probably about your age, John. So good luck and do that. I totally encourage you to do that. And you totally could. My son is 19 and he did it. So even younger, that would be amazing. Do you ever think you'll get back into making camping and bushcraft videos? Camping and bushcraft videos. So that's a good question. Right now, it's a matter of just time. I've got about 5 videos in the hopper right now that I need to edit, and it it is a struggle. I'm going on 9 years for YouTube. It's a long time. And so to stay interested myself and to keep viewers interested, you kind of need to evolve a little bit. And for me, that evolving has looked like more the building phase of things. Like I got addicted to building. And so I wouldn't say I'm never going to do it, but I can't say that's what my channel is all about. It's I love all of these things. I get pulled to, building and then spending time in the things that I have built. So the cabins and the Vardo and the yurt, like I put so much time and effort into that, and it's so nice just be warm and cozy. Just to be honest. Um, so I wouldn't say that's not ever going to happen. It's just I've got these beautiful places and I want to spend time in them, and um, I just don't have time for everything. So, do I give Maisie supplements? Yes, she gets several supplements every day for her joints. She's good. Friend is applying for a loan. Wow, cool. Any squatchy experiences? Oh, I can't talk about that. The only scary experience I have, I've already shared in a video, but I was bow hunting. I was up in a tree. There was no sign of deer all night. It was very quiet. It was a very quiet night, and it was getting to be past that time where deer were going to be coming through. So I'm like, I'm going to get down. And so I always used to take my bow and like an arrow and just kind of rattle it and like announce to a deer and anything else like I'm coming out of the tree, because the worst thing in the world is climbing down and then you get to the bottom and you start walking away, and then a deer has been watching you come down, and then they do the they they do that noise that they do. It scares the crap out of you, like, it's awful. So I always used to make that noise. So I make the noise and I'm lowering my bow down on a string, and I had a watch in my pocket, and the watch drops out and lands on the ground. So when I got to the ground, I'm scanning the ground looking for my watch, and it's almost dark, and I hear this, "Ah." It's just like that, and I just went in my heart, I was just like, what was that?" And I stood still, and it, "Ah." Again, it sounded just like a dead guy moaning, and that doesn't make sense because if you're dead, how do you moan? But yeah, it sounded like a dead guy moaning, and I just I just started trucking across the field. I was so like, "Whoa, I'm out of here." And I saw the headlights coming across the field and coming to pick me up. And he got to me. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "There is something in those woods. I am not, I'm not going back there. That's crazy." And so we went back, shined the headlights there. I picked up my bow, picked up my stuff. I never hunted in that um, woods, that stand again. Like that freaked me out so bad because I never saw a thing all night. It was quiet. I never heard anything coming. And just like to hit the ground and then have something like moaning at you, it was bad. Now, some people have been like, well, maybe you rattled in a buck, and they make noise, they grunt, they bleat with that deep kind of a sound. I don't know what it was. It was very bad. And yeah, a million people have said, watch 411. No, no, never. Here's my advice. If you spend any time in the woods, don't watch that crap. Don't watch horror movies. Don't watch 411. Like, why do you want? Because when you got to guard your mind. If you, whatever you put in your mind is a lockbox. Like, you'll never get it out. So I spend way too much time alone in the woods, way too much time in shelters in the deep woods and like on alone. Like, no, that stuff, you'll never forget what you see. So, my advice is don't read those stories, don't watch those kind of programs because you will ruin yourself for being able to be outside alone. And I don't need any more problems than I got in my brain right now. Like, I already have a boggled brain. Like, you definitely don't need scary stuff running around in my brain. Like, there's enough stuff in your brain to make up. I don't need any help with that. So, um, I still see people asking about my log cabin. If you're still here, you missed it. I already talked about my log cabin and what's going on with that. So, um, yeah. No horror movies for me. I don't want to keep you guys all night, so I'm gonna let you go. I just wanted to uh, give you some encouragement about, you know, maybe it's not a cabin you have in your brain this year, maybe it is, but whatever it is, do it. Don't wait. Be like Fawn. Don't wait. Get on it because you don't know how long you're going to be blessed to be on this earth, and you gotta live while you're alive. So whatever it takes, make it happen. Thanks for joining me. I'm so glad to be with you tonight, and I appreciate you all. You are all just the best subscribers, and I know as time has gone on, I don't maybe post as often as I used to, but I gotta keep my sanity and to stay on the platform as long as I can. I can't post all the time. And I have a full summer of projects coming. I hope you will enjoy and lots of good stuff. And hopefully you get value out of my content. And I appreciate you coming along for the ride. So thanks so much, guys. And hopefully, I've got a very cool video coming out. I will say this before I go. I am really enjoying interviewing other people and their projects, like Caitlin a month or so ago in Alaska. I've got another one coming up hopefully this weekend for you to enjoy. But I love touring other people's off-grid projects and homes and all of that and have hearing their story on how they got to where they are and how they did it. So if you have a suggestion for me, or if maybe it's you, um, that you are interested in having me come interview you and do a video about your place or your project or whatever, maybe perhaps if I'm kind of going that way, I'm kind of have a couple I'm going to see um, this year. I may do a little traveling. So I'm not saying that would be totally I'm coming to everybody that reaches out to me, but if you have an interesting story and an interesting place and you would like to share it with the world because that's really what it is, let me know. If you know someone that would be a good candidate for that, let me know. I think I'm not the only one that enjoys those tours and those stories. So I've been really digging doing those kind of videos on my channel. So yeah, let me know. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next video and hopefully maybe do another live stream sooner than later. All right, cheers. Good night. Bye.